So like, you know, being a rapper from Toronto, like the Toronto hip hop scene's on fire right now. There's like tons of rappers out here like doing their thing.
There's too much.
Yeah. So like, who are some of your favorite Toronto rappers that you listen to?
Oh my gosh, rest in peace, Smoke Dogg. I didn't listen to too much of his music, but there were
R.I.P.
certain
Smoke Dogg,
songs
for
that I was
real.
really feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys from CLE, Cleveland.
Yeah, CLE,
I think that track is
Cleveland.
dope. And for me, like, maybe it's more of a song thing. I think I'm
Mm-hmm.
not really feeling too many rappers where I can call out names consistently, but there's certain songs that, you know, I gravitate to.
Yeah.
You know, Drake, can't forget that. Nav, like maybe the bigger names. I'm not really always exposed to some of, you know, the local people or small time people or whatever, whatever anybody's labeled or classified as. But like, I mean, there's certain music that I do enjoy. Don't forget, I'm into dancehall too.
Yes.
So I do dancehall as well.
Nice.
And so I have 2 songs out right now, Can't Handle Me and Boss Anthem.
Mm-hmm.
So those are really good, strong dancehall songs that you guys can listen to and enjoy. But for the music, yeah, I should be dropping a video pretty soon.
Dope.
I'm always working on musical projects. And yeah, I have a new concept that I think I might be working on. I created something. I'm just going to unveil it. It's like a bib for adults and girls that suck dick. It's called Lick a Drip.
Interesting.
So basically, like when I suck dick, it gets messy and sloppy. You know, it might get all over your mouth and get all over your clothes. But if you have a lick a drip, you're always reminded to lick that drip. You know what I mean? To help not make such a mess. And, you know, I got my new logo here with the tongue ring in it. So I'm going to be updating that very soon on my profiles. But I think it's fun. I think that guys can give it to their girls in reference to me, or just people can just feel inspired of, you know, having something to protect their clothing, because you never know when you're going to suck a dick, right? Always have your bib, and just make sure you keep it, you know, sloppy if the guy likes it, and you have something to catch it. So if you're not able to lick that drip, literally, at least the bib will catch all that mess and all that spit and all that water or whatever. If you follow my cool water treatments and all the other good stuff I do, you can get that. So I think lick a drip is a good concept. I think it might be grounds for a new song that I might want to work on very soon. And yeah, I think it's cool. So lick a drip.
Nice. I like that. Yeah, it's pretty innovative. So that's like a real world solution right there, right?
It is, because I mean, like sometimes you want to get messy and you want to get sloppy, you want to get dirty, and it's fine. It's just a matter of sometimes you just, like I'm wearing a white shirt right now. If I were to do anything, it would be, you know, messy. But if I'm wearing my lick a drip bib, you know what I mean? Then at least it's capturing all that mess. And I mean, I'm less likely to look as sloppy or dirty as if I was given a real nasty, like, blowjob and all that good stuff, right? Get some coverage. So.
Yeah, so let's talk about the lick a drip and the drip and the
Doesn't
sloppiness.
It sound like a space thing?
It does.
It sounds like Migos, like, lick a drip.
Yeah,
like,
it does.
It sounds
it does.
like pretty
it
cool.
does. It does sound pretty cool. Let's talk about that. So
Lick a drip.
yeah, lick a drip and head and all that stuff and sloppiness and you know what I mean. So
Sloppiness.
what defines good head?
Technique. I even think that I might start doing like even maybe like a competition or something, or maybe if you guys are having something where I could do like a demonstration or something. I don't know. It's a matter of evaluating the experience with sometimes how the girl looks, you know, the POV, the point of view. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of guys like to have a girl below them when they're getting their dick sucked. So it's a matter of how does she look? It's about, does she know what she's doing? Is she using too much teeth? Is she licking it properly? Is she, you know, licking the drip or whatever? Is she making it wet? Is she, you know, biting it? Depending on the person, right? Because I get all kind of requests. Some people like their dick, you know, bitten. Some people don't, right? And some people like you to stroke a certain way, and some people don't want you to do certain things. So it's really about how responsive is that person to you. And in my tutorial video, I mean, I mentioned things like giving the dick a name, making it personalized, making not just the man that you're involving yourself with feel like somebody, but giving his dick a, you know, personification, allowing it to feel like it's somebody as well, and showing the dick a little bit of love, and, you know, getting engaged in that experience of head and getting lost from everything else that's around you, taking that control. So a lot of guys might evaluate a girl's head experience based on if she deep throats and, you know, gag reflex and all that crap. So it's really just a matter of, does she know what she's doing going into it? Some girls don't open their jaws.
Okay,
you know.
whoa, okay. This is very advanced for me right now, okay? You're talking about sucking dick and deep throat. I thought it was the same thing. I didn't know there's a difference.
Sucking, you just put something in your mouth. You suck candy, right? Deep
I don't
throat
know.
is when it goes like lower into your throat,
Oh.
right? And then there's that gag, like that whole like hiccup thing, right?
Oh.
That's the whole gag reflex of that discomfort. And you know, some guys really want to like go all the way back there.
That's
right?
interesting.
Yeah, I have a long neck. I know you want.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I never really thought of it like that. I don't know. Like, to be honest, like, when I get head, it's kind of just like,
It's just head. It's never like probably that.
there's only one time
got
I've had,
head.
there's only one time I've had like really exceptional head, and I was blown away, like literally.
And that's what you'll see in my videos. I mean, if you look on Pornhub, it's pornhub.com/users/LadyZ. I'm actually, giving head to live, you know, people that have been selected. And the thing is to make it engaging, having a little bit of conversation, sometimes talking with it in your mouth, sometimes, you know what I mean? Like doing a certain aggressive stroke. And sometimes I've done really aggressive strokes where I've had, you know, a fan of mine actually download my video and calculate how fast I was actually jerking, which was really fun.
Interesting.
To know that people, you know, go that extra mile. So
Yeah.
that was pretty interesting. Having, you know, fluid in your mouth. You know, some people like you to spit on it. Some people like you to, you know, I like to use water because it's neutral and it'll just dry up, you know, instead of using like Coke or just whatever drink or beverage that might be sugary, like a pop or
Yeah.
whatever. Like, I think water is the cleanest thing you can use. And it's just the technique I bring to it. It's just I make it like a really like cool experience. You know, I make
Interesting.
it fun. I make it not just head. Sucking dick. You know what I mean? Like, there's
Yeah.
a difference with that excitement and that engagement and where you're doing it, how you're doing it, how long you're doing it.
Facts.
And you know what I mean? It's also my personality. Like, I'm a very like kind of like enthusiastic individual. And like my energy is very strong. So like with me, anybody would feel like that kind of like, whoa, okay. You know what I mean? Like, oh, like I want to do it with her because I make it like, I'm a very engaging person and I'm very like easy to like kind of feel.
Interesting.
Right? So yeah, I don't know. It's sad. It's sad if, you know, guys have girlfriends and they're not doing it and then they'd want to come to me or they'd want to go to another girl who
Right.
would do it. I do these tutorials because I'd rather the relationship not end, get inspiration, you know, and, you know, sometimes I think I might even consider joining this situation to teach firsthand for the female to learn how to do it because it's important.
Yeah. So in home like sessions, you just go visit, like, you know what
Or-
I mean?
That's a possibility, but
You
even
know?
in like an establishment, like I'm also doing some work with Oasis. It's an adult sex club downtown Toronto.
Yes.
So I'm involved with them. We have an arrangement going on. So, you know, I might be doing live events there, you know, so it's about really, aside from my videos and stuff, getting that real live aura experience for me. Like, guaranteed you'll feel what I present and what I have to offer. So that's in the works.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's stop talking about all this stuff now. I know, you know, I have so many questions, you know what I mean? I never knew like giving head was so technical and intricate and like there's certain things. I don't know. I don't think about those things obviously, right? But
Well, that's the thing. I cater to fetishes, right? So for some people, giving head or receiving it is a big deal. If you were asking women about receiving oral sex, like they would have so many things to say to you about how a guy would do it. So, like I said, I'm dictating the sexuality because a lot of guys would be like, yeah, I do this, that. Well, like I said, with head, even though I'm giving it, it's like I'm still dictating it. A guy's just not going to be like, yo, I'm getting head from it. No, it's like I'm giving you head. You know what I mean? So that's where the
Facts.
control comes in, is that
Facts.
I'm doing it. And I'm dictating how I'm going to do it. And I have the formula that works. And I have the tips and tricks and hand gestures and strokes, the tongue ring as an additive. Like, you know what I mean? Like everything is like a combination of what I bring into it. And it's just a little bit more easier to do sometimes than actual sex itself. Right?
100%.
It's a little bit less messier.
100%. So yeah, okay. So, you know, we're talking about this whole interview. We're talking about you and giving head. But what do you like a guy like to do for you? Because, you know, like,
It all depends on the guy. Honestly, there's some guys that can move me like with depth and that I could just feel really passionate and feel like, oh my gosh, I'm so in love with you. And then there's some guys that you're just like, what the fuck am I doing with you? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I've dated both. And it's just like, I've had a lot of like waste kind of mans, like fuck niggas and all that. And it's really annoying. And the sex really was never really great.
yeah.
I've had a lot of like bad sex in my time, and I've had a lot of like bad experiences with guys sexually where a lot of guys felt like I was like a nympho or that I was too aggressive. A lot of guys have like actually like felt like I was too sexually aggressive for them.
Wow.
And they felt like I wanted sex too much, and I found it strange. Like I understand it because I'm an alpha female, you know, like I'm very demanding and I'm very much a certain way. It's just I realized they just didn't measure up to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I need to
Yeah.
have somebody like me or above, and a lot of the times it was somebody that was like below.
Yeah, facts.
And especially in bed, like sex is huge to me, and it's just like it's ever so much more disappointing when somebody knows what kind of woman I am already in advance, and it's like there's no secret.
Yeah.
I live up to the hype. I live up to my lyrics. I live up to what I do. I live up to how I do it, and it's always disappointing to find guys that can't handle that or pretend or want the challenge of trying to keep up with me sexually and can't.
Well, yeah, man. It's like
It's
it's like
depressing, it
me
is.
wanting to go play basketball with LeBron James. It's not gonna happen. He's gonna dunk on me. You know what I mean?
You already know that whole. You already know the levels there. Like he's
Yeah,
already at a certain level,
exactly.
and you're here. Doesn't mean that you don't love. You both don't love the
No,
sport.
100%.
So me and other people, we like sex, or like I love it if
100%.
I'm engaged with that person real intimately and emotionally
Yeah.
connected. And it's just disappointment when they're not able to keep up, or they think that I want to have sex too much, and then I get shunned and all kind of shit. So
Oh,
it's really
man.
weird.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is
I've had
kinda weird, yeah.
years. It's
Yeah.
bad sexual partners. Yeah,
Wow.
we just weren't compatible like
Wow.
that. Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of, dating and all that stuff, right? Toronto has like, huge Jamaican influence, and you know what I mean? Bad man don't do certain things, right?
Talking about eating pussy.
That's my question. Do black
Why are
men...
you shy to say it?
No. I'm just saying. That was just, leading it up, leading you to the water, but you just went to the water because you're an alpha female, right? You're like, I don't need nobody leading me going in there. But
Yeah.
anyway, my question is, do black men eat pussy and lick booty?
I'd say yeah. I've
Mhm.
experienced people that have wanted to do both.
Mm-hmm.
I get requests all the time. Keep in mind, even if I'm not actually doing something with certain people,
Mhm.
they request to do certain things of me. So, yeah, I mean, like, it's not even just black. It's just, I feel whoever's sexually open and feels they can be sexually open with another person. So
Mhm.
any guy can be sexually open with me because of the type of person I am.
Yeah.
If it's a more stush or stuck up girl or somebody who's more inexperienced, they may not feel the confidence to bring it to her.
Okay.
So I do know people and speak to people that are in relationships or that, fuck other girls or whatever, and they're curious about how that experience would be with me. And as a sex expert, I become an advisor. So
Mhm.
people come to me and ask me all kind of things.
Interesting.
So if you look on my channel, I have a video about licking ass crack,
Mm-hmm.
and I give tips and tricks to that.
Yeah, so, okay. So,
I haven't licked ass, but I've created something where it's like, it's a tutorial on how the average person might want to approach it and
Yeah.
how to safely do it without shit, hair, toilet paper, and all the other barriers that I created in that video. It's on
Wow.
YouTube, but it's like I made it fun, but it's
Mhm.
also metaphorical on how to approach the idea of licking crack, right?
Yeah,
And this was
yeah.
a guy that actually licked pussy and stuff, but then advanced to wanting to lick crack. I don't know.
Ah.
He started at the bottom and then went to the top,
Mhm.
which is most people's journey to success, right?
Yeah.
So he started down there and he wanted to go all the way up to the crack. So to each their own. He was happy seeing the video, but I mean, it was a request.
Interesting.
So, yeah, Jamaican men, especially, I mean, if you're talking about real Caribbean, they do suck pussy, and they do it with a girl that has to be meaningful to them,
Mhm.
or they do it with a girl that they feel that's so compelled to do it with.
Mhm.
I'm not against it. I mean, like, I don't go out there and say, yo, you have to do this. In majority of my relationships, I've never had that experience.
Mhm.
Like, I dated a majority of Jamaican men. So
Yeah.
Jamaican men are kind of my area of dating that I've been with for a very long time. So I understand that they don't really do that. But as an alpha, for me, I'm more of a giver regardless, right?
Mhm.
So if somebody is given to me and I'm given to them, then it's a win.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
But if I'm always given in most of the situations and they're not willing to try something different or even please me, then I lose, which
Yeah.
I have a lot of times by not getting certain things for me. I'm always doing.
Oh, for sure.
And most guys are not doing. So
For
for
sure.
years, I've been very unsatisfied sexually for
Wow.
a long time.